Have you ever wondered why some employees clock in and out at specific times, down to the exact minute? It's not just a habit, it's a strategy to maximize pay. In this video, we'll discuss how payroll accountants use the quarter hour and the 100th hour system to track the hours that employees work and how employees maximize their pay if their employer uses the quarter hour system. Let's talk first about the quarter hour system. Employers who use the system round the hours worked to the nearest 15 minutes. For instance, if the employee worked 8 hours and 6 minutes, she's paid for only 8 hours because 6 minutes is closer to 5 p.m. on this clock here than 5:15 p.m. On the other hand, if the employee stayed 2 minutes longer and worked 8 hours and 8 minutes until 5 o'clock and 8 minutes, she would be paid for 8 hours and 15 minutes. 1 minute can be the difference between getting paid for 15 minutes or not. The payroll account then converts the fractional hours to decimals by dividing by 60. 15 minutes divided by 60 equals 0.25. The 100th hour system is a more precise method of tracking time in which an employee's time is tracked to the nearest 100th of an hour, basically the exact minutes worked. Just like the quarter hour system, you will have to convert it to the decimal value by dividing the minutes by 60. So for example, if an employee works for 7 hours and 35 minutes, their time will be tracked as 7.58 hours, where the minutes are converted to the decimal value by dividing 35 by 60 for a result of 7.58 decimal hours. If an employee works for 7 hours and 44 minutes, their time will be tracked as 7.73 hours, where the minutes are converted to the decimal value by dividing 44 by 60 for a result of 7.73 decimal hours. This method is more accurate than the quarter hour system, but it can be more difficult to implement and may require additional resources to track and record the time accurately. To save time, you could use the payroll conversion table. Let's look at how this payroll conversion chart is set up. The first column shows the actual minutes from 0 to 30 and then 31 to 60. The second column shows the conversion to decimals for the 100th hour values, meaning the exact minutes worked as decimals. And the third column shows the quarter hour system where you round to the nearest 15 minutes. You can see that for the minutes 1 to 7, the value in the third column is 0. Under the quarter hour system, hours are rounded down until the tipping point is reached. For instance, 8 minutes would be the tipping point of going from 0 to 15 minutes or to 0.25 in decimals. 23 minutes would be the tipping point of going from 15 minutes or 0.25 in decimals to 30 minutes and 0.5 in decimals. So let's say the employee worked 8 hours and 16 minutes. The employer would be paid for 8 hours and 15 minutes, and the decimal value is 0.25. What if the employee worked 8 hours and 20 minutes? The employer would still only be paid for 8 hours and 15 minutes or decimal hours of 8.25. Working only 3 minutes more for 8 hours and 23 minutes would result in being paid 8 hours and 30 minutes or decimal hours of 8.5 under the quarter hour system. Let's look at a few more examples. In our first practice exercise, the accounting clerk at Tenedy Enterprises is paid $18.15 per hour. During a week's pay, the employee worked 39 hours and 41 minutes. Based on the 100th hour pay method, what is the gross pay for the period? The first step is to convert the minutes to decimals by dividing the 41 minutes by 60, which results in 0.6833. Next, we calculate the total decimal hours by adding the hours to the decimal minutes for a total of 39.6833. We then calculate the wages by multiplying 39.6833 by the hourly rate of $18.15 per hour, which results in gross wages of $720.25. In the second practice exercise, the accounting clerk at Land Corporation is also paid $18.15 per hour. During a week's pay period, the employee also worked 39 hours and 41 minutes. Based on the quarter-hour method, what is the gross pay for the period? Because we're using the quarter-hour system, we need to determine the quarter-hour minutes. 41 minutes is closer to 45 minutes than 30 minutes. Therefore, we will be using 45 minutes. We then convert the minutes to decimals by dividing the 45 minutes by 60, which results in 0.75. Next, we calculate the total decimal hours by adding the hours to the decimal minutes for a total of 39.75. We then calculate the wages by multiplying 39.75 by the hourly rate of $18.15, which results in gross wages of $721.46. That wraps up our review of the 100th hour and quarter-hour system. Next time you clock in or out, pay attention. Are you rounding up or down under the quarter-hour system, or are you using the exact minutes under the 100th hour system? Understanding these payroll systems can help employees and accountants ensure accurate pay.